Hello and thank you for joining us. I'm Daniel Berlant with the Fire Situation Report for today, Friday, August 7th, 2015. Thanks for joining us here on our noon broadcast. We continue to see a higher than normal level of fire activity across California. However, cooler temperatures this week have absolutely helped us out, building containment on several fires and good progress made on a number of fronts. Let's jump right over to our statewide fire map, where you can see right here the Rocky Fire has already burned nearly 70,000 acres. Have not seen much growth on this fire in the past 24 hours. In fact, firefighters have been able to hold the Rocky Fire at its current perimeter. The good news here, many of the residents, as of this morning, 10 a.m. this morning, were allowed back into their homes. That's specifically the Spring Valley area here. That's kind of in the northwestern part of Lake County, of the fire area. Those residents were allowed back in this part of the area following yesterday's evacuations that were lifted over here on the east part of the fire. That's along the Highway 16 corridor. So 800 people were allowed back in today. There are still homes that are in the evacuated areas. That's primarily in the fire perimeter area. That's because there are still hazards that need to be mitigated before those homeowners can go back in. Power lines, phone lines, utility crews working on the roadways. So crews are making very good progress. 45% contained right now on the Rocky Fire. So very good progress being made. Again, that cooperative weather. This all started on Tuesday. The temperatures went down. The humidity went up. We even saw a little bit of rainfall. That was enough to give our firefighters the upper hand to really get around this fire, stop that forward spread of the fire, and make continued progress. So again, if you're just joining us, the Rocky Fire still holding under 70,000 acres, 45% contained today. We expect that containment to continue up. Now, full containment on this fire is expected by midweek. Now, as I zoom out to California, you can see all the other active fires currently burning right now in the state. In fact, we have 17 active fires. Now, that's down 2 fires from last night. In fact, 2 of the fires you can see, actually several of them this past week we've been able to contain. That's these gray icons here. Overnight, though, crews were able to contain the Deerhorn number 2 fire. That fire is burning near Hoopa up in Humboldt County. 125 acres burned. Again, that fire now contained. The other fire contained was the Frog Fire. That was a fire burning on the Modoc National Forest. It burned just under 5,000 acres. Again, 100% contained. Now, if we zoom in over here to the northwestern part of California, Humboldt, Trinity, those are 2 areas where we continue to see significant fire activity, mainly due to lightning complexes. As you can see on the map here, these fires and these lightning complexes made up of dozens of smaller fires in them in total. Let's go through some of them, though, together. So start with the Fork Complex. That fire is in unified command between CAL FIRE and the U.S. Forest Service. Just over 15,000 acres have burned. This is near the community of Hayfork. 9% containment. There's still about 1,200 structures in total that are threatened by the fire. The Mad River Fire, if we zoom in a little bit here, that fire has burned over 17,000 acres. It's 20% contained. Now, there are some voluntary evacuations for the communities around Ruth Lake as well as in the Mad River area. Over here in the western part of the county, the South Complex, again, another one of these lightning complex, over 15,000 acres have burned in the South Complex, 3% contained there. Another one of them, we got that one, the Humboldt Lightning Complex, 70 fires in total, over 4,300 acres, 35% contained. On the River Complex, again, it's another one of these complexes that continues to burn. So you can see here, Trinity County, parts of Humboldt County, that's where we're seeing the most activity. Now, if I switch over, though, to our red flag warning map, you're going to see we do have some areas that are under a red flag warning. Actually, that's not it. Here is shows you California, talk about lightning. That's the big thing that's been occurring over the last day and into tomorrow. We continue to see dry thunderstorm systems that are moving into really from the central coast all the way up to Northern California. Down here in Southern California, we also saw significant lightning from the Southern Sierra all the way up, moving up. So in total over the week, or over the last 24 hours, statewide, several thousand lightning strikes. Now, out of that, there were a half dozen or so lightning spark fires, very small in the Monterey area. Crews were able to pick those fires up quickly. Those are contained. But as we move into the rest of today, we're continuing to see thunderstorm systems. Here's a Weather Service forecast model. You can see over this afternoon continued storms over the Sierra in the below Tahoe, Truckee area, as well as up in the northeastern part of California, Lassen County, Modoc County. Again, these areas seeing the most activity. We do have a red flag warning in place for high fire danger. That's, again, primarily up here in Siskiyou County, in Lassen and Modoc counties, as well as parts of the Sierra. So if you're in those areas, expect you could see thunderstorms with very little rain and the potential of dry lightning. That will continue to be a concern for us moving into the next several days here. But I want to bring in Public Education Officer Lynette Round. Lynette, we've been talking about these dry conditions, and especially with the lightning coming up here again today. What is it that people can do going into the weekend to help us, again, prevent sparking new fires?
Well, definitely. If those people are going to go out and do defensible space, we want to make sure that they do it before 10 a.m. Make sure it's not too windy and it's not too dry, and make sure they're using the right tool for the job. Lawnmowers are just for your lawn.
Yeah, a great point, because people don't realize how easy it is to spark a fire from a lawnmower blade on a rock, and you may not even realize it, and the fire starts.
Yes, definitely.
What about those who may be going out camping this weekend? What should they do?
We want to make sure that they call ahead, make sure there are no fire restrictions. If they do go camping and they have a campfire, make sure that they never leave it unattended. And if they're going to leave, make sure it's fully extinguished. We don't want any fires to start from those.
Yeah, and there's a great website too where people can get a campfire permit online, right?
Definitely. You want to make sure you go to preventwildfireca.org.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Lynette.
Sure.
So a lot of good information. Again, we need your help this weekend, because really one less spark means one less wildfire. So for that, that's the latest on the fires in California. For the most up-to-date information on the fires, visit our website at fire.ca.gov. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And again, for more information on how to prevent fires, readyforwildfire.org and preventwildfireca.org. That's the latest on the fires. I'm Daniel Berlant.
I'm Lynette Round.
Have a fire-safe weekend.